Let's look at the process involved, how CSS actually works. The first point is linking CSS to HTML. And that is, if you want to see the CSS in action, unless we link or connect the CSS to HTML. If you don't do that, then the browser is going to inject some default styles called the default browser style sheet, as we have spoke about. So the first step is that CSS must be connected to the HTML document. This can be done in 3 ways, and we have a section or a video to talk about how we can link CSS to HTML. Then after that, we need to use what is called CSS selectors. Well, CSS styles are applied to HTML element through what is called selectors, meaning we are going to select the pieces of HTML that we want to style. Then after we have selected the element that we want to style, then we come to the CSS decorations. CSS decoration is made up of a property and a value, separated by a colon and enclosed in a decoration block with curly braces. The property specifies what style or characteristics you want to change. For example, the color, the margin, the background color, and so much more. Then after that, we have what is called the cascade. We will talk about cascading as well. But in a nutshell, cascade is one of the most important aspects of CSS. It means that when multiple styles are applied to the same element, the browser follows certain rules to determine which style takes precedence. But for now, don't worry about this if it looks confusing. In a nutshell, or in short, cascade means that, let's say we have H1 element. Let me use this code for example. Let's say we are styling this H1 element to use a color of red. And at the same time, I'm applying different color, let's say green. As you can see that I am applying some different colors to the same element. So which color will be applied? This is what we call the cascade. So it is up to the browser to do some calculations to check which color or any property should be applied if multiple styles are being applied. Then we move on to inheritance. In CSS, some styles like color, font size, font family, and others are inherited by child element from their parent element, while other properties like padding, margin, border are not. This feature of CSS can be used to write more efficient code and maintain consistency. So again, in a nutshell, inheritance simply means that inheriting some property from your parent. Don't worry, we will talk about inheritance as well. And last step is rendering. This is where we are going to see the actual effect of the CSS being applied to the element. So once the browser has determined the appropriate styles for each element through cascading and inheritance, then it applies those styles and renders the web page for viewing. So by understanding this basic concept, you can have a better grasp of how CSS works and how it interacts with HTML to create the styles and layout seen on the web.